Hello traders and welcome to the Weekly Forex forecast for the week of June 2nd, 2019. We're going to go ahead and start here on the dollar index here. And you can see that we had this video is being recorded on Friday here, but you can see that we ended the week here pretty bullish here. And we had the talk of additional tariffs going against Mexico, which could certainly, force this to pop up here a little bit more. We're looking at 98.68 here for resistance, and if this does indeed break, 99.45 would be the next area of resistance. Support here in this market right now is at 97.46, and should that break, it would be 96.49. Expecting a little bit more bullishness in the index going into next week, but certainly watch out for any talks on any additional tariffs. Euro dollar not doing a whole lot. We had a little bit of a pop here at the end of the week with the talk about the Mexican tariffs here to kind of you can see that they kind of created this wick down here at the bottom. So going into this next week here, you could certainly see, still looking at this 111. What is that? The 111.50 area here to hold up here as support. But should that break, watching this again, this 110.06 area for support. Resistance in this market continues to be right around this 113 area. But you can see kind of wedging here and not really any clarity going into this next week here. Pound dollar, you can see we ended up a pretty bearish week here, and we're finding some support right around this 125.86 area here in the market, and we're going to go ahead and see if this can hold up. If that does indeed break, I would go ahead and certainly start targeting this 123.27 area here in the market, maybe a little bit higher than that. Yeah, right about there. Yeah, around 123.50 area. Certainly go ahead and start targeting that as support. Going down to a lower time frame here, you started to see that we had a little bottom put in. You can see a little spike, and we started to trade down here a little bit. Then we got a little bit of bullishness here in the week. Ended the day here actually with a bullish engulfing pattern. So that's a little bit of hope here for the pound. We've had a pretty good run to the downside here, so we could see a little bit of relief going into the week. We'd be looking at 128.70 here for resistance, and beyond that 130 figure here. But if we can get any pop here, the 128 to 128.70 area, that'd be the area I'd look to as resistance and a possible target here within the market. Dollar yen, you can see with the tariff talks, a lot of risk-off type of trading here to close out the week. So Friday here was pretty ugly, pretty bearish and ugly close to the week here for the pair. Continue to watch this 108 area here to see if it can hold up as additional support. We'll see if this can over the weekend. Otherwise, should that break, would start targeting 106.84 as the next area of support. If this happens to rebound though, 109.91 or this 110 area would be the next area of resistance. But for now, looking at this area here and with all the tariff talk, I could certainly see this press down even further and start looking at this 106 to 106.84 area. Aussie dollar has a couple news items this week that could certainly add more volatility to this pair. Retail sales on Monday, GDP numbers, cash rate, the rate statement on Tuesday. And so at the beginning of the week here, could certainly see some added volatility and maybe see a pop one way or another here within the currency. Currently looking at the 67 areas holding up as support. If this continues to hold up as support here, we get some positive numbers or rhetoric out of Aussie. I was starting to look at 70.08, and the 72.07 would be that key area, which would be unlikely to be reached here within the week. But would look at the 70.08 area as the next area of resistance. If it gets back into this area, we had a lot of chop here, spent a lot of time here. We could see if we can finally break above that 72 area, then we can certainly get some momentum to the upside here. Otherwise, the 70 area is certainly going to be the area of resistance so far. Support again at 68.67. If it should break off of some negative news, 67.27 would be the next area to target on the downside. Probably talk about that next week if it does break to the downside. Kiwi dollar here. They actually start the week with a bank holiday, but going forward here, we again add the area of support very similar to the Aussie, right around the 65 areas, kind of holding up here, but looking a little bit weak. Should this break, 64.06 would be the next area of support. Resistance in this market is at 66.46. Again, fairly bearish here for quite a few weeks here, and could get a little bit of a relief pop here, but right around the 65 area. But again, if it does break, 64.06. But otherwise, we'll see if we can get a pop here, and then look at the 66.46 area for resistance. Dollar CAD ended the week here more positive. It kind of gave back some of the gains here to close out the week, but should be interesting to see. We finally had a breakout above this area here. It's been very choppy currency, and watching 136.39. If we can get any follow through here, 136.39 would be the obvious area to go ahead and target here. Otherwise, support so far is holding up around 135.16, and if we can get back into this chop here, I'd certainly think that we're going to go ahead and down and retest this 133.78 area. So a couple of key areas to watch. Still a lot of chop here. Still need a little bit of clarity here with the Canadian dollar, but if we can pop here, 136.39 would be the next area to keep an eye on. Euro yen here, again, pretty bearish week as a result of the dollar yen. But certainly looking at 119.90 here for support, and beyond that 118.33. Resistance is at 122.27 and 123.81, but certainly leaning more towards the bearish side here. And if we start to get any type of momentum, 119.90 would certainly be tagged. Aussie yen pretty bearish here as well. Again, a lot of risk off with these yen pairs. Watching 74.51 for support and 73.23 here for support as well. Resistance at 76.29. And then the pound yen here, again, risk off. Watching this 140.18 area for resistance, support at 135.47 and 132.26. So those are going to be the key areas to go ahead and watch going into this week. Again, leaning a little bit more bearish. I think we're going to probably tag 135.47 here at some point. So it's going to be an area to go ahead and watch, and kind of a pivot point here within the market. That's our weekly Forex forecast for the week of June 2nd, 2019. Good hunting out there, and happy trading.